Hey, Taylor Hills, Pastor Tim here, bringing the final Devo for the week of Holy Week as we're looking at Jesus's final few days and final few hours on the earth before his arrest. The passage for today is in Matthew 26. It's the Garden of Gethsemane, well-known passage. Many of you probably know it. But in Matthew chapter 26, verse 39, it says, going a little further, he fell face down and prayed, "My Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." And there's so much that we could say about his time in the Garden of Gethsemane. But ultimately, the thing that I want to share that's stuck out to me recently is that in this time, Jesus is going through the greatest pressing, as many of you know, the Garden of Gethsemane literally means the place of pressing, or the place of pressing olives. It's where they would turn the olives into olive oil. And it's signifying how much stress Jesus is under, that he's being pressed and crushed to the point of great agony. And ultimately, what does he do with that agony? What does he do with that crushing? He accepts it, he embraces it, and he continues on forward, not with his plan, but with the Father's plan, which is to continue on with the crucifixion. And so, so Jesus, through this, becomes the greatest person that's ever existed. I mean, he was already the greatest person that ever existed, but he is fulfilling that role in this moment where he is enduring the greatest stress that anybody has ever gone through in the history of the world. He's enduring the greatest grief that anybody has ever endured in the history of the world. And ultimately what he does is to embrace it and continue on, because that's God's plan for his life. And so what we can take from that in our lives is that there's nothing that we can go through that is going to be worse or more difficult than what Christ has gone through in the garden, where he looked ahead to the scourging, to the crucifixion, the rejection of many, and he embraced it and moved forward regardless, because that was God's will for his life. And now we can, in a similar way, whatever difficulty comes our way, we can look at it and know that this is somehow God's will for our life. And that we can take hope and peace in that this is something that Christ himself will help us to overcome. As Jesus said that he had overcome the world, we can take confidence in that he will help us to overcome as well. If we cry out to the Father, if we seek his help, if we seek his will for our lives and not our own, we too will overcome the world and take our place in heaven with the Father. And what a great thing to meditate on as we think of pressing and difficulties. Blessings to you. Bye.